Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the final Raw Ring Report on USA. For the Raw Ring Report, head straight to Netflix. But tonight, a huge six-man tag team match as the Damian Priest teams up with the new tag team champions, the War Raiders, to take on the Judgment Day. We'll get to that business as well coming up. Also, too, student versus teacher. Otis takes on Chad Gable one-on-one. Will Otis get revenge on Chad Gable? We'll see. Plus, we continue on with the Women's Intercontinental Championship in the semifinals as Dakota Kai takes on Zoe Stark in one match. In the other, Dakota's tag teammate, Io Scott from Damage Control, takes on Live Valkyria. It's heating up. Will Io and Zoe, Dakota Kai meet one-on-one? Damage Control with the Intercontinental Championship on the line. We'll get to it. In the final Raw, before we get this confrontation, CM Punk and Seth Rollins face off in the final face-off before their match for the Raw on Netflix. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on the Raw Ring Report. This is the final Raw before they head to Netflix. Netflix is coming. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Man, we are merely days away, almost a week away before Netflix Raw joins Netflix, WWE. It's going to be the new home of Netflix going forward. And this deal was already set in stone almost close to a year ago in the springtime. Now we know that Raw will be set to make its premiere on Netflix coming forward. So looking forward to seeing that. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. We're going to kick things off here on the Pro Wrestling Show with the New Day. The New Day. If we can find the New Day right for you right here. The New Day kicked off the show. The New Day rock. New Day did rock indeed. New Day with their interesting, with a new look, a new attitude. After they had a couple of weeks ago tried to talk down the Big E, saying Big E wasn't around for them and putting Big E down. The New Day came out there to speak to the crowd. The crowd booed and said New Day sucks. And the crowd didn't like that one bit. Well, we get to this main event. Jey Uso, who's no stranger to the New Day. The Usos and the New Day had them battles for the tag team titles on SmackDown. Even main event Jey Uso got a loud ovation. The y'all lead and stuff. He yeeted, all right. He yeeted to what he needed to do. He was talking about he was ashamed of the New Day change for the crowd. Jey Uso trying to figure out what's going on with the Usos. But on the New Day, I meant to say, Jey Uso saying New Day ain't what they claim to be no more. What's their name and stuff? And said Kofi and Xavier both suck. Well, the New Day decided to walk away from the situation, and they walked away. New Day bringing bad hope. They in Cody Rhodes, now Jey Uso. Well, Solo came in. Solo interrupted, had a message for his older brother, Jay, saying that he's going to be he's going to still remain the tribal chief, and he'll do whatever he needs to do so. And all of a sudden, this ambush happened. Drew McIntyre ambushing Jay, attacking Jay from behind. Jay didn't see it coming. Jay thought he was trying to make something going and stuff, make that until Drew came out of nowhere. Even Jay Uso from behind. Drew McIntyre sent a statement. Don't know what kind of statement he's making, but he did. He did so tonight. Well, we'll tell you this right here. Main event Jey Uso's gonna get what he wants. He's going to get a match with Jay next week on Raw on its Netflix premiere. Main event Jey Uso getting awarded the match by General Manager Pierce. Aaron Pierce making it happen. He made it happen tonight. Speaking of the New Day, when Jay interrupted them, Rey Mysterio continues on trying to teach the New Day life lessons to make themselves humble. With the New Day saying that they want to take on Rey Mysterio if he find himself a partner. And next week on Raw, I think the New Day will take on Rey Mysterio, and they will find themselves a partner. And we'll see how that's going to go down. Rey Mysterio, even Rey's son Dominic, they're not seeing eye to eye, saying it was wrong for the New Day. The New Day now figuring out many ways to do what they need to do, and that leads to Jay trying to interrupt them, and Jay paying for it by Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre and Jay Uso will meet one-on-one on the Netflix premiere. We'll see that match coming up next week as well. Well, we get to the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament, the semifinals that you see right here. The Women's Intercontinental title, ready to be displayed, and it's going to be displayed all right. With this, um, we can show you the pics and stuff. Let's show you. What's it? There you go. Not me. There you go. Right there. Well, Dakota Kai was Live Valkyria took on Zoe Io Sky. Io Sky really thought she had Live Valkyria pit throughout the mat and stuff, and how that went down tonight. We saw Io was trying to find a way to do what she needed to do. Io Sky, could she be next in line becoming winning women's intercontinental champion? There could be a possibility. She took on Live Valkyria. Live Valkyria looking to probably win her first singles title in WWE. This probably about being impressive. Even doing the move right here to do the move set right here. Live Valkyria trying to take down Io Sky one by one. Io Sky lost her match. Live Valkyria advances on even with this maneuver, and Live Valkyria gets the job done. You see right here, EO with the moonsault. Tried to do moonsault, but it wasn't enough. As EO Live Valkyria wins, and Live Valkyria could be one step closer to get a shot of the women's Intercontinental Championship. Live Valkyria did so tonight, and Live did so refresh. Well, speaking of that, we see Pete Dunne making his attack. Pete Dunne attack R-Truth from behind. Pete Dunne send a message to R-Truth that he's gonna do what he needs to do, and I think Pete Dunne um, seeing that and showing that Pete Dunne even attacked R-Truth, leaving him laying, and that what Pete Dunne did. And Pete Dunne, uh, okay, what he wanted to do. Pete Dunne sent a message to R-Truth. Even R-Truth didn't see that coming. You show Pete Dunne. I guess Pete Dunne having his issues and stuff. We can show Pete Dunne attacking R-Truth. It's gonna show up. Venture Larry go right there. Pete Dunne attacking R-Truth from behind. R-Truth didn't know what to do and didn't know what hit him. Pete Dunne getting the upper advantage on R-Truth. We'll see that probably down the road on Raw, probably after the Raw big Raw premiere on Netflix and stuff. Showcase the stars left and right. Well, we get to a huge six-man tag team match as well. As you see right here, the War Raiders took on War Raiders along with Damian Priest took on the Judgment Day. The War Raiders taking all their frustrations, even the Judgment Day trying to get involved in their match tonight. The huge six-man tag team match. Even to the point that the Judgment Day uh saying believe in Finn. I think Finn Balor positioned himself to be the leader of the group real bad. As we see right there and what's going on and how that's gonna go down eventually. We'll see. Uh, we see that Finn Balor got more its motives and stuff. If you ask me on what's going down and stuff and how that's going to be. But the Judgment Day was in action tonight. The Judgment Day, even playing to the effect right here. The Judgment Day getting themselves ready and stuff on how that's going to go for them until the Royal Raiders and Art and Damian Priest teamed up. Damian Priest know a thing or two. What went down tonight. And this what happened right here. Damian taking all his the Royal Raiders taking that frustration out on Finn, taking Finn down with the slam. Like Finn Balor didn't know even Damian Priest taking that Dominic and stuff. Dominic paying for the cost right here with that whiplash clothesline. Finn Balor trying to work on with Carlito at the apron, trying to work on Damian's leg. And Balor thought he had it. But at the end, Damian Pent, Dominic Mysterio get the 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest get the win. Damian Priest advances, get himself some revenge and get the measure of revenge like he did tonight. That's what Damian did. Well, we see in the back right here, CM Punk getting himself ready. CM Punk prepping himself for his face-to-face confrontation with Seth Rollins. The confrontation will be coming up later. And CM Punk had an earful to say about Seth Rollins. We'll get to it coming up. Well, I forgot his name. Ludwig Kaiser got interrupted. Ludwig Kaiser got interrupted, and Ludwig Kaiser felt some type of way tonight. Kaiser felt that somebody was interrupting him. And Kaiser wanted to take off his frustrations out, saying that he's going to do so down the road. He's going to take on Sheamus. Kaiser was trying to speak until Sheamus interrupted, and Sheamus got the upper hand on Kaiser, leaving Kaiser out laying. Sheamus won't get his hands on Kaiser 1 minute, one way. So I guess Sheamus will get his hands on Ludwig Kaiser. We just don't know when. Just don't know how, but we're going to see down the road. Well, we know that this picture right here tells like Penta is coming to WWE. Penta, I can't not wait till Penta shows up. What he's going to do, we're going to find out next week on Raw. Penta Zero debuting on Raw. There's going to be an added treat. Penta can join the Raw roster. We'll see what Penta is going to do. And speaking of that, they was promoting Raw on Netflix tonight. They even promoted this tribal combat. Roman Reigns taking on Solo for the tribal conflict for the Ulafala. We're gonna see that next week. And Roman Reigns get back his Ulafala from Solo Sokoa. That's gonna happen next week on Raw. So we're gonna see that next week. Well, speaking of that, we told you this. Chad Gable won his match tonight over his protege, his former protege, Otis. Chad Gable, with the help of American Made, they did so tonight by cheating, taking down American Alpha, doing what they need to do. Chad Gable throughout the whole entire match tried to send a message. Otis throughout the match was trying to use the ankle lock on this on Gable, trying to apply everything that he knows. But I know Chad Gable didn't teach him everything he knows. Even Chad Gable tried to do a dive in the head, but Otis got out the way. Otis trying to reach to something. Even American Alpha got involved in the match, helped Chad Gable win, and that's what they did. Help Chad Gable win the match. Chad Gable won with authority tonight, and Chad Gable did so by doing what he needed to do. So Chad Gable did what he needed to do, and did so tonight. All right. we get to this, the face-to-face confrontation. And what a face-to-face confrontation it was. Seth freaking Rollins coming out there. Seth Rollins getting his hand. Oh, before we get there, before we get that face-to-face confrontation, we talk about this. Zoe Starks taking on Dakota Kai one-on-one. Can Dakota advance on? A lot of people were talking about Dakota neither when the women's wants to be women's intercontinental champion. Zoe's trying to tease her and do all she can to tease her. But Zoe Dakota found the way to attack down Zoe. Zoe Starks really didn't have the motivation. Dakota found the way, kicked her, and won and pinned Zoe Starks. So now we know in 2 weeks, we thought it was going to be on a Raw on Netflix premiere, but it won't. Dakota Kai will take on Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but it'll be 2 weeks from tonight after the Raw on Netflix. So they want to spotlight them rather than having them on the big show, which is crazy. But hey, they want to give them some allocated time. Dakota Kai will take on Live Valkyria in 2 weeks. So we'll see that on the 13th of January. So we'll see how that's gonna go. All right, we move on to this. This was the segment of the night right here. This face-to-face confrontation between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. These two men will meet next week on Raw, on that big Raw on Netflix. Seth Rollins coming out there calling out CM Punk. CM Punk, with no care in the world, came out there tonight. And Seth Rollins and CM Punk let each other have it. CM Punk talking about Stone Cold taking his ball and going home, then talking about Seth's wife Becky taking her ball to go home. But Seth made a comeback. He really did make a comeback and said that Becky's taking care of a kid which you don't know about. Oh, that was one of the strikes. And then talked about um something else. He said something about CM Punk leaving WWE for 10 years and joining AEW. Then didn't do nothing there and took the money and didn't do nothing. I mean, they went at each other's shots. Even CM Punk saying that Vince McMahon, good God, Vince McMahon liked himself and couldn't wait to get rid of Punk to replace him. It was just balls to the walls. They were just at each other's throats tonight. Even said that Roman Reigns wouldn't be the way he is. They went for Seth turning his back on him. It just insult after insult tonight. We heard Vince McMahon, Becky Lynch, AEW, Roman Reigns, even Seth Rollins even brought up this when CM Punk left WWE nearly 10 years ago. CM Punk appeared on the podcast, the Art of Wrestling podcast, and tried to bash WWE. CM Punk said the reason he left because of Vince. Vince wasn't trying to change it within the system. He was trying to keep the system as is. And like I said, if it's that man's money, he's gonna do what he wants to do. So I kind of get it, but at the same instance, you know how that be and how that go. So we kind of know. Uh, like we said, next week these two will meet. They said it's gonna be the main event, and I can't wait to see that. That's the match I'm looking forward to seeing next week on Raw. Seth Rollins taking on CM Punk. Both are similar. Both have one similar career highlights. It comes to a head next week on Raw with Seth Rollins versus CM Punk next week. And also, don't forget, John Cena starts the last time is now retour. His farewell tour starts Monday on Raw. We'll see John Cena wrestle. He clears his whole schedule, so John Cena making ways to do what he need to do, and we'll see next week. It's gonna be a lot. Even main event Jey Uso taking on Drew McIntyre next week on Raw. We'll see that match as well. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. That's the match everyone's looking forward to seeing. That's the match I'm looking forward to seeing. Tribal combat between Roman Reigns and Solo one-on-one. We'll see that match coming up next week on Raw. And we'll see the debut of Penta El Zero on Raw. He's going to be debuting as well. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot of debuts coming up this week on Raw, to the point that we're going to be keeping a close eye on stuff. Real close eye. So we're going to leave you with CM Punk confronting Seth freaking Rollins before that match next Monday on Raw, one-on-one. Cannot wait to see it. So, for me being Kendra Dix, saying so long, we'll see you tomorrow night for the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.